Hey, Moviesy Movers. Welcome to Moviesy Yoga with Kathy. Today is December 3rd, 2022, or whenever you're watching this video. We're going to start in our normal fashion with legs up on a chair or couch or bolster or just something to support. We're going to be putting our lower back in traction. So go ahead and get into position. And I'll be setting the timer for 7 minutes. Now, while we're in this position, you want to breathe normally and just bring yourself, your awareness into the room with you. And 7 minutes. Here we go. Okay, 7 minutes is up. Stay where you are and slowly move your head from right to left. If you want, you can press the tip of your tongue against the seam between your teeth and your gum. We'll do this 3 or 4 times slowly. You finish up. The next thing we're doing is vagus nerve reset, and we're all familiar with this. Your head is facing forward, and just your eyeballs move to the right till you feel a sigh, a gulp, a swallow, or a yawn. It may come right away. It may take a minute. Your eyes can be open or closed. And once you've done that, bring your eyes back to center and then move just your eyeballs to the left. Wait for that sigh, swallow, gulp, or yawn. And then go ahead and do it 2 more times on each side without my cueing. I'll give you a couple of minutes. Okay, finish up. Next thing we're going to do is not vagus nerve reset. We're going to do head ramping. So you can keep your support under your head that you have, or you can put a sponge ball or a set of therapy balls under your head, whatever works for you. And the idea is to reverse what's called text neck, where we're looking down all the time. So we are pressing the back of our neck, the occipital ridge, the bony part between our 2 ears that runs along the edge of the scalp, towards the floor, and holding it, and then releasing. So press, hold, and release. I find this helps me. I have arthritis in my neck and I look down a lot. So I try to do this every day. Press, hold, release. Excuse me. One more time. Press, hold, and release. This always feels really good on my neck. Okay. Now excuse me, Excuse me. The breathing exercise today is box breathing. I find that to be the most relaxing for me. That's my personal preference. And box breathing is 4 parts. You inhale for 4, you hold for 4, you exhale for 4, and then you hold again for 4. So inhale, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, exhale, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, exhale, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4. Now everybody has a different pace. Yours may not be the same as mine, so go ahead and continue with that at your own pace for a minute or so. Okay, finish up on that. Go ahead and push your chair away or move away from your couch or whatever you were using. If I can do this without getting up. We're going to do our hypopressives. This is another thing I find that I like to do every day. It strengthens your pelvic floor and helps with a lot of incontinence issues, which seem to come and go with me. So anyway, your feet are on the floor, heels are on the floor, toes are up. You make sure you relax your shoulders. Raise your arms above your shoulders like you're hugging a tree. Shoulders are relaxed towards the floor. Flip your hands so your palms are facing the ceiling. And we're going to take 3 breaths. On the 3rd breath, we're going to exhale everything out of our lungs. And then hold it out while I count to 15. Just make it, if you can't make it to 50, go as far as you can. 3 breaths. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Excuse me. Oh, inhale. Exhale all the way out. Hold your breath out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Inhale, arms come down. Exhale, feet come down. Okay, good. The next thing we're going to do is a bridge. So we're in this same position, but our hands are at our sides. And when we're doing the 3rd exhale and we go into our position where we're holding our air out, hips come up and arms go back. And this is the position we'll hold as I count. We're going to be doing this bridge twice. So inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, last one, inhale, exhale, everything out of your lungs. Raise your hips, raise your arms. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Inhale and exhale. Whew. Okay, one more of these. So inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Last one, inhale, exhale, everything out of your lungs. Raise your hips, move your arms. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Come on down. All right. Good job. Now let's go ahead and come up into a sitting position. Take your time. We're going to do our regular side bend and spine rotation that we do. This is another thing I like to do on a daily basis. Let me get my timer. We're going to start with the side bend. So slide your hand along the mat. Other arm comes up and over. Make sure both sits bones are still on the floor. This is a nice stretch you should feel right up the side body. Now lower your arm till it's parallel. You'll feel a different stretch. Should feel it under your arm and down your back. Okay, arm up, torso up. Let's switch our legs real quick. Now we're going to do the other side. Hand along the mat. Other arm up and over. You might find you're more flexible on one side than the other. We're just built that way. Now lower your arm till it's parallel to the floor and reach. You'll feel a stretch under your arm and down your back. Reach, reach, reach. Okay, arm up, torso up. Now let's go ahead and do our spine rotation. Now, we start on the right, left hand on right knee, right arm's behind you. You're on your fingertips, spider fingers. And then just rotate your shoulders, your upper spine. So you're facing directly along the mat. While you're here, you've got choices. You can move your head back and forth. You can move your rib cage back and forth. Just do one or the other. Or you can just enjoy the stretch and just feel what it feels like in your body. I can feel this in my back. Feels good. Okay, now come on around slowly. And we'll do the other side. So right hand on left knee, left arm is behind you on your fingertips. Rotate your shoulders. Again, you've got your options with your head or your rib cage. This is a really good spine rotation. Okay, come on around. And let's switch our legs again, just for the smell of it. Now I'm going to do something a little different here. So this is the movement. We're going to be rotating to the right, putting our arms down, one in front, one in back, just touching the floor. Arms come up, rotate forward, rotate left, arms come down. Let me adjust this just a little. Here we go. Okay. So we start here, hand in front, hand in back, arms come up, rotate around, arms come down. Arms come up, rotate, arms come down. Now, if you can't have your arms straight up, that's fine. If you have to bend your elbows, that's good too. Just whatever you can do. If you're only out like this, that's good too. That's a good movement. So we'll do this a few more times. Arms come up, rotate, arms come down. Up and down. One more time. Up and down, and then back. Up and down. Okay. If you're like me, you heard some noise in your back. Okay, one more thing before we stand up. This is another new thing. Let's move our legs and sit in a V. Now we don't want to go all the way across, just a little, maybe hip length or hip width or a little wider. And I am going to adjust my screen again. Okay, so hip length a little wider. We're going to jelly roll our right leg. Jelly roll just means it goes back and forth from the hip. We're not moving from the ankle. We're moving from the hip, just back and forth. Now the left one, and you should feel it. Although you're sitting up, it's going to be harder, but you should feel it up in your hip joint. But just back and forth. This is something you can do while you're watching TV or just sitting on the floor like we do. So just rotate your leg back and forth. Make sure it's the whole leg is involved. And now we'll do both of them at once. Now you can go side to side like that, or you can go together and apart. It's up to you. The idea is that we're moving our legs. Now, I should have said this before. If you have trouble with your legs out, you can put support under your knees to help you. Now, one last thing we're going to do is back supine. Now, while we're down here, one leg is straight, one leg is up. And we're just going to take this leg that's bent and move it to the right. not all the way. We don't want to necessarily engage anything but the leg, and then back up. Move it down, and then back up. We're not engaging the hip. Just go as far as it will go naturally. No strain, no pain. This is a movement you can do. Actually, you can do this in bed before you get up in the morning. It's a good way to wake up your hip. Notice I'm not going all the way down to the floor because I don't want to engage my hip. And even if you only go a few inches, that's good too, because it loosens you up. Okay, now straighten that leg and bend the other leg and do the same thing on this side. Just pretty much let gravity take it down and then come back up. So you wake up in the morning, you do this, you contemplate your day, then you roll over and go back to sleep. No, I'm kidding. So just down and then up. We're not doing this real quickly, but just a steady pace. Down and then up. And all we're moving is the leg. We're not moving the hip or the torso. Okay. Good job. Now we're going to go ahead and do some standing. So, pardon me, I need to do some production work here. So you can see me. Okay. Okay, here we are. And sorry, I just got a text. And we're going to start with what we normally do, back bend against the wall. So let me get my timer. So we're going to hold this for 40 seconds. So we are standing with our back against the wall. Arms come up and palms on the wall. You want to keep your elbows as close to your head as possible. If you have shoulders issues, they may come out, and that's fine. Don't hurt yourself if you have shoulder issues. Be careful. But you want to put your palms on the wall as much as possible and hold this for 40 seconds. Excuse me. This is very good bone building. Okay, come on down. Next thing we're going to do is a spine rotation. We're all familiar with this. Right foot forward, left foot back, elbows against your waist. And then you just rotate and put your hands on the wall. We hold this position also for 40 seconds. This is another bone building pose. And slowly come around. We're going to do the other side. So Left foot forward, right foot back. Arms up, elbows at our sides. And rotate, put your hands on the wall. I guess I didn't set the timer. This will be a little bit longer than the other one, but that's good. The idea is that our hips are parallel to the wall and our shoulders are as close to facing the wall as possible. You may not be able to come all the way around, but that's okay. Just go as far as you can without pain or strain. Okay, come on around. Now we're going to do something else that I discovered the other day. Stand with your back against the wall, very close, like your heels are maybe just an inch away. The wall is supporting your stand. And we're going to be lifting one leg. With your back against the wall, this should not be that difficult. If you do have trouble with it, you can always just put your one leg in front of the other, or just lift it and put it against the wall. But the idea is you've got the support of the wall, so we can keep that leg up there in that position. Oops. So we're going to do this on both sides for 40 seconds. So go ahead and lift it as high as you can. You know, you could even turn it if you want, but do not press on your knee if you do this. You're below the knee or you're above the knee, but not on the knee. So just lifting it straight up like this is good. This will strengthen these muscles down here that will help you with that tree pose. And the wall is really good support. Okay. 40 seconds is kind of long, huh? Let's do it on the left. So straight up. Or out. Or just lower it. Or foot on the wall. They're all good. Straight up. I can feel this in my thigh when I've been up here for a few seconds. Okay, come on down. All right, so back to the mat. So I guess Via's having trouble with her computer. She keeps coming in and out. Okay, we're gonna do our core work, which we always love to do. So back to the mat with your head support. And the first thing we're going to do is kind of fun, actually. So we come up with our legs, tabletop, and just crisscross ankles. Now, if you have trouble with raising your legs, that's fine. You can do this instead. This is a lot easier, but this is actually kind of fun. Just go back and forth. Believe it or not, you are working core when you do this. Core and abs and all that good stuff. And it doesn't feel like exercise. So you can go as fast or as slow as you choose. And that's just kind of a fun thing to do. Another thing you could do before you get up in the morning, lying in bed doing this. Okay, come on down. Okay, I know I had this written down, but I worked on it, so it changed a few times. Okay, the next movement is alternate legs, one tabletop, stretch, back, that's one. And then the other leg, tabletop, stretch, back. So we'll go ahead and do this 10 times on each side. Stretch, back, down, up. And you're pushing with your heel down. That's one. That's two. Three. Four. Five. I think you can hear my knees crack. Six. Seven. Eight. Nine. That cracking, that still runs in my family. It doesn't really mean anything. 10. Okay, good job. And then oh no, okay. And then we're going to do as a big finish our regular movement, which is straight up and then extend. Now there are options here. You can just lift your leg and not extend it. You can lift both legs and not extend. You can extend along the floor with one leg and then the other, or both legs. You can put your hands under your hips. It does make the movement easier. And just do what works for you. But we're going to do 10 of these. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7, 8, almost there, 9, and 10. All right, good job. Now I have a confession to make. I was moving moves around from one set to another, and on a previous set I did the wrong move. So we're going to come up to a sitting position. And this is the move that we should have done earlier when we were sitting in a V. And what we're going to do is a flat back hip hinge to each side. So our back is straight, and we're just going to reach out. The V is a little bit wider than your hips, not as wide as you can go, but just pretty much a 45 degree if you can do that. If you can only do this, that's good too. It's easier if your feet are out further. So just a flat back hip hinge. Reach for your right toe, or as far as you can reach. Keep your back straight. Do not hunch. And then come back. Forward again. Your foot is flexed. If you need something under your knees, like a pillow for support, that's good. And then come back. And then on the left. So you keep your back straight and just lean forward. Try to touch your toes. If you can only reach your knee or your calf, that's okay. And come back. And then forward. Okay, so I apologize for not doing that earlier. That was that other move that I did. It helps if I look at what I've written down. Okay, so now we're going to do our back extensions. So we're going to be prone. So take your time getting down. We are flat on the ground, arms at our sides. I need something under my forehead so my nose doesn't get smushed. And what we'll be doing is we'll be taking a breath and then coming up with our head and our shoulders. Our head is in a head ramping position, so we're looking at the floor. Shoulders and arms are up as high as we can go. We'll hold this and then come back down. And then we'll come up again and we'll put our arms out like an airplane. Hold this and then come back down. So this is a 40-second hold. So take an inhale to prepare. And then exhale, come up. Your palms are facing the ceiling. Your face is facing the floor because you're doing your head ramping the opposite way that we did before. If you can, come up a little further. However, if you feel it in your lower back, stay where you are or lower yourself. So we're going to hold this for a few more seconds. Take an inhale to prepare. Exhale, come on down. Good job. We're going to do that one more time. So inhale to prepare. Exhale, come on up. Again, palms against the ceiling. Your face is facing the floor because your head is in a head ramping position. Hold this as long as you can. Maybe come up a little higher if you can. But again, you feel this in your lower back. You want to lower yourself. because you've gone too far. Go ahead and take an inhale and come back down. All right. Okay, now we're going to do airplane. So inhale to prepare. Exhale, come on up. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, arms come out. We're going to be like this for a few seconds. If you need to come back down, come on down. But then try to come back up. So pretend we're flying through the air. Ooh. Ooh. Although you need to be looking down, not ahead. Okay, inhale to prepare and come on down. Okay. One more on the airplane. So inhale, exhale, come on up. Inhale, exhale, arms come out. This is also excellent for your back. So inhale, exhale, come on down. Okay. Now we're going to do the thoracic spine rotation. So you're on the ground. Let's start by looking to our left. Keep your shoulders on the ground and lift your left leg. Now, if all you can do is lift it, that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. You can bend your knee, you can rotate your ankle, you can point and flex your foot, or you can wave it around in the air like you just don't care. You don't need to touch it on the other side. Everything below the waist can move. You can move your hip. Just keep your shoulders on the ground and your arms in a T. You can make circles with your leg. And I forgot to set the timer. So go ahead and bring your leg down. This time I'll set the timer. So look to the right. Again, your shoulders are on the ground. Lift your right leg and do whatever with it. Anything from the waist down moves. Everything from the waist up stays stationary. Okay, bring your leg back down. Good job. Good job. You got some extra time. So I wanted to show you a couple of other things that I find kind of fun in yoga. Go ahead and roll over to a prone position or a supine position. Now, there's a couple of things you can do here, but basically what we're going to be doing is putting both our legs and our arms in the air. This is dead bug. So just your arms are going up and down, your legs are going back and forth. You can crisscross them if you want. This is actually really good core work, and it's kind of free form. So, whatever you feel like doing. I don't know the yogi term for this, but it's called dead bug. I just think it's kind of fun. I know it looks funny, but it's really good for this area, core. Okay, that's enough of that. Let's go ahead and get ready for Yoga Nidra. Find someplace comfortable. Make sure you're warm enough or cool enough, as the case may be. You might want to cover your eyes. I will guide you to systematically move your attention through internal points as I mention them. Allow your awareness to flow to these points without moving any part of your body. Begin with your breath. Breathe in, breathe out. Observe your abdomen as it rises and falls with the gentle flow of your breath. Now bring your awareness to the center of your eyebrows, the center of your throat, your right shoulder, elbow, wrist, right thumb, second finger, third finger, fourth finger, fifth finger, right wrist, elbow, shoulder, center of your throat, left shoulder, elbow, wrist, left thumb, second finger, third finger, fourth finger, fifth finger, left wrist, elbow, shoulder, center of your throat, spiritual heart center, right side of your chest, heart center, left side of your chest, heart center, navel center, center of your pelvis, right hip, knee, ankle, right big toe, second toe, third toe, fourth toe, fifth toe, right ankle, knee, hip, center of your pelvis, left hip, knee, ankle, left big toe, second toe, third toe, fourth toe, fifth toe, left ankle, knee, hip, center of your pelvis, navel center, heart center, center of your throat, center of your eyebrows. This concludes the 61-point guided meditation. Begin to wiggle and stretch. If your legs are bent, stretch them out. Wiggle your fingers and your toes. Rotate your wrists and your ankles. First one direction, and then the other. And then stretch one side of your body, and then the other. And then both sides, creating as much space between your rib cage and your hip bones as you can. Now with one leg straight, hug one knee to your chest. Say, I love you, knee. And then straighten that leg and hug your other knee to your chest. I love you too, knee. And now straighten that leg and hug both knees to your chest. and rock back and forth. Feel that massage on your lower back. When you're ready, roll to one side using your lower arm as a pillow. And we're going to rest there for just a minute. This is our gratitude moment. I read recently that an attitude of gratitude helps quality of life. So be grateful for what you have. And I'm grateful that you're here moving with me and that we get to move together. I'm also grateful that I can move. I know people my age that have trouble. So just thank yourself and thank yourselves for coming here and taking care of yourself today. This was your me moment or me hour. So when you're ready, move slowly. Come on up to a sitting position. You can unmute yourself, change your view to gallery. I'll remove my spotlight. There it is. So hands at your heart. I want to thank you again for coming and sharing my moves with me today. Let's end the class by saying to each other, Namaste.
Namaste.
Thank you.
You.
Thanks, Kathy.
Thank you, Kathy.
Marvin, have a great trip.
Yeah.